Hello students. Now in admission of a partner chapter, apart from the small calculations relating to the adjustment of capital, relating to the sacrifice ratio, new profit sharing ratio, or how to treat the goodwill which has been brought by the new partner, or if there is an old goodwill, we have already seen relating to this how to record the entries or how to do the calculations for this particular topic. Now, only after you understand, okay, especially the topic sacrifice ratio and new profit sharing ratio and treatment of goodwill, you can start with the problem, the big problem which will come from the admission of a partner. So this question will come for 8 marks, okay, wherein you all have to prepare 3 accounts: revaluation account, partners capital account, and balance sheet. Now please see the format of revaluation account. There is only one amount column in the debit side and one amount column in the credit side. Similarly, for the balance sheet, there is only one amount column in the debit side and one amount column in the credit side. But if you see the partner's capital account, we maintain a separate amount column for each partner. Okay, suppose there are two old partners, and if they want to admit another new partner, one more new partner, then there will be three partners now in the business. So in the debit side itself, you have to make three amount column, one for each partner, and in the credit side also you have to make three amount column. So first understand this format, how to draw the columns for each account: revaluation account, partners capital account, and balance sheet. And one more thing you need to remember here, student, for balance sheet we never write your particulars, we write liabilities and asset. Okay, now before we start with the problem, we should understand something about revaluation account here. Okay, because partners capital account you all have already studied in the first chapter under the topic fixed capital account and fluctuating capital account. Now let us discuss some points from here. First we will see revaluation account. Now revaluation account is a nominal account wherein debit side means all expenses and losses and credit side means all income and gain. So debit side is for expense and losses and credit side is for income and gain. Okay, now not any type of expenses that you can record here. Whenever A means here, you have to learn this rule that you have to apply for the debit side in revaluation account, and this rule that you have to apply for the credit side in revaluation account. Now here A means asset and L means liability. Again here A means asset and L means liability. So here along with A and L, you also need to learn the signs, and according to this signs we can easily record the entries that will come this side based on this sign, and the entries that will come in this side based on this signs. Okay, so what does this means? Decrease in asset. Whenever the asset value is decreasing, it means decrease in asset. For example, in the book value it is given, okay, the book value of furniture is given to us as 1 lakh. Okay, and this value is decreased to, let's say, 80,000. Previous year in the balance sheet, old balance sheet is showing furniture which is 1 lakh, and later it is showing, in the next year it is showing 80,000, which means there was a depreciation on furniture. So this is a decrease in asset. Furniture is a asset, so there is a decrease in asset. So whenever there is a decrease in asset, we will record it in the debit side. So this sign will help you to remember which side to record. You don't need to learn what is written over here. This sign will help you. Okay. Then increase in liability. So whenever there is a decrease in asset, it means it's a loss for the business. It means it's a expense or loss for the business. Similarly, if there is any liability, let's say creditors, amount the business have to pay to their suppliers, Okay, let's say in the old balance sheet it was 80,000 and in the new balance sheet it is 1,50,000. That means this amount is being increased, the creditors amount is being increased by another 70,000. So that means liability has been increased. So whenever there is an increase in liability, you will record it in the debit side. Okay, decrease in asset you will record in the debit side. Also increase in liability you will record it in the debit side. Whatever that we do over here in the debit side, you have to do the reverse in the credit side. So as the sign also you can see here, your assets is decreasing but your asset is increasing. So whenever there is a decrease in asset, you will record in the debit side. Whenever there is an increase in asset, you will record it in the credit side. Now similarly with regard to the liability, your liability is increasing but here the liability is decreasing. So reverse effect is in the credit side. So what you have to do, students, you can just write first A and L, and remember this first sign. First sign is for the asset that is in the downward terms. Okay, first A should come. Okay, so for asset it is in the downward terms. So how you can remember for the liability? Do the reverse for liability. So A is in the downward. A, if the arrow is in the downward terms, then for the liability you have to show in the upward terms. And whatever that you do for A over here, the opposite you will do for A in the credit side. Similarly, whatever the sign that you put for L in the debit side, opposite sign you will put for the credit side for L. So this is how you have to remember this signs. Okay. So understand that decrease in asset is recorded in the debit side. Also, if there is any liability which is increasing, that means it's a loss for the business. It means it's an expense for the business. So that's why we have to record it in the debit side, increase in liability. Or if there is any unrecorded liability which was not recorded earlier, then that is also a addition to the liability to the business. So that also we have to record it in the debit side. Let's move on to the credit side. The opposite thing is done over here. Decrease in asset. Here what I have written, increase in asset. So whenever the value of furniture, let's say here the furniture was decreasing, but if the furniture value was increasing here it was 1 lakh. Let's say here it was 1,80,000. Then that means the furniture value has increased by 80,000. So if there is increase in the asset value, then that you will record it over here. Decrease in liability, sorry, here what we do, increase in liability. So opposite effect is shown over here, decrease in liability. And unrecorded liabilities are recorded in the debit side, whereas unrecorded asset, if there are any, then it has to be recorded in the credit side. And then you will close the account. If there is any difference, balancing figure comes in the debit side, you will transfer it to the partner's capital account, which means it's a profit. If the difference is coming in the credit side, that means it's a loss, and that has to be transferred to the partner's capital account. Okay, only thing that you need to learn is this you don't need to learn. I will tell you how to remember that you have to write your partner's capital account. Okay, then let us move on to the remaining few points over here. Adjustment regarding accumulated profit, loss, reserve, etc. Now let me read this first. At the time of admission of a new partner, if there is accumulated profit or accumulated loss, or even if there is a reserve, then that has to be distributed among the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio, because these are from the previous year. Okay, because these are from the previous year. Now what does this point says? That let's say there are two partners A and B, and both the partners are old partners, and now they want to admit C in the business. But what these points are saying, that if there is any accumulated profits, or if there is any accumulated loss, or even if there is some reserves, like let's say general reserve, okay, then this has to be given to the old partners as per their old ratio. Now why we have to do so before admitting a new partner? Because if there is any accumulated profit, suppose कितें businessaन profit जाल्लें आसा, before admitting C in the business, that means this profit is been created in the business by which partners? Because of the contribution and the efforts taken by A and B. So who has right over this profit? C will have any right? Definitely not, because only A and B has given their best contribution over here. So for that reason, A and B will get right on this accumulated profits. C will not get anything. So before admitting C, they have to take this if there is any profit in the business. So if there is any profit, it has to be added to the old partner's capital account. Okay, if there is any profit, then it has to be added. Profit means what? Definitely we will add, right? So add means what in partner's capital account? Okay, add means credit. Add means credit. This format you need to learn. This is a partner's capital account. Debit side means minus and credit side means plus. So whenever the amount is added to the partner's capital account, that means it will be recorded in the credit side, because add means credit. That is amount payable to partner. Whatever that is amount which has to be paid to the partner, that has to be added in their capital account. So add means credit. It has to be recorded in the right hand side. And debit means minus. So if the partner is withdrawing the money, okay, then amount withdrawn by partner, if the partner is withdrawing the money, then it will come in the debit side. So debit means minus. So you need to understand this first. So if there is a profit, it will be recorded over here in the credit side. If there is a loss, it will be recorded in the debit side. Okay. So accumulated profit, if there is, before admitting a new partner, then it has to be added. Similarly, if there is any accumulated loss, then it has to be deducted, because partner have to pay for this loss. Okay, old partners have to pay for this loss, so it has to be deducted. And minus means debit in case of partner's capital account. Okay, so old partner's capital account has to be deducted here. And general reserve means what? If there is a profit in the business of 1 lakh, what partners do? They keep aside some amount, let's say 20,000, for their future purpose, maybe for the expansion purpose and so on. And remaining 80,000, what is there? They distribute it among themselves, among the old partners, as per their profit sharing ratio. So this 80,000 partners will take with themselves, but remaining this 20,000 they kept aside as reserves in the business. So this money is still there in the business. Okay, and this money reserve, that is 20,000, is created from this profits, Okay, so for that reason, what you all have to do, if there is any reserve created, reserve cannot be created from the loss. Please remember that. Reserve can only be created when there is a profit in the business. So if there is any reserve which has been created, then what old partners have to do? Old partners have to distribute it among themselves, again in old ratio. Okay, because this reserve was created out of the profits only. If this was not created, whole 1 lakh would have been given to A and B in their old profit sharing ratio. So for that reason, what we have to do, before admitting C in the business, if there is any accumulated profit, if there is any general reserve, that will be added to their account, because general reserve is also created from the profits only. So if there is profit or there is general reserve, it has to be added, which means it has to be credited in the old partner's capital account. Whoever are the old partners, it has to be credited to the old partner's capital account in what ratio? Old ratio, not in any other ratio, old ratio. Okay, and if there is any accumulated loss, then that has to be deducted. Loss means it has to be deducted. That means deduct means what in partner's capital account? Deduct means debit. So it has to be debited in the old partner's capital account. So that's what I have written here, students. Accumulated profit will be added. that means credited to the old partner's capital account in old profit sharing ratio. You have to keep this in mind. Then accumulated loss deducted, that means debited on in the old partner's capital account. If there is any reserve, now for the reserve you might get any of this word in the problem. You can get general reserve, you might get investment fluctuating fund or workman compensation fund. These are all reserves. Okay, so if there is any reserves, it has to be credited, which means added to the old partner's capital account, because reserves are created from the profits of the business. So that's why we have to add. Okay, and lastly, deferred revenue expenditure. If there is any advertisement expenditure which was created or which has incurred before starting the partnership firm, then that has to be deducted, okay, from the old partner's capital account. So if you get advertisement expenditure in the balance sheet, then you have to deduct this as per the old profit sharing ratio. That means you have to debit it among the old partner's capital account. So the two items that you will add is accumulated profit and reserve, that you will credit in the old partner's capital account, and the two items that you will deduct is accumulated loss or deferred revenue expenditure, for example advertisement expenditure. So these two items you will deduct, or that will be debited as per the in the old partner's capital account. In what ratio, students? Old profit sharing ratio. Okay, now before we move on to the next problem, this was very important to explain it to you all, because based on this, whatever that I have explained now so far under this topic revaluation account, okay, then the treatment of goodwill, the previous topic that I have explained, these two topics are very important to solve the big problem, wherein we have to prepare revaluation account, partners capital account and balance sheet. Okay, so we will take a new problem in the next video. Thank you, students.